Some international travel mistakes are minor. Others can cost hundreds of dollars, and one of them that we'll tell you at the end of this video can cost travelers thousands over time.
The good news is that most of these mistakes are completely avoidable.
Now, we've traveled extensively for work and leisure, together and separately, and we've developed systems over the years that help us travel comfortably, spend intentionally, and avoid expensive mistakes.
In this video, we're sharing 7 international travel mistakes we've seen people make over and over again, and what we do instead.
Now, first, when people finally get to Asia or Europe or South America, there's often this temptation to see everything. 3 nights here, 2 there, another plane ride, another train trip.
The result is that often you spend more time moving than actually enjoying where you are.
And we've learned that fewer destinations actually make for a better trip. Instead of trying to see 6 or 7 cities in 2 weeks, consider spending more time in fewer places.
You'll often spend less money on transportation, have less travel stress, and have a much deeper experience. Curious, what's the shortest you've ever stayed in a city during an international trip, and why? Please let us know in the comments.
Now, next is one of the most common travel mistakes we see. People worry about every possible scenario and end up packing far more than they need.
Then they're dragging their heavy suitcases through airports, train stations, hotel lobbies, and we've even seen them on cobblestone streets.
Now, we almost always travel carry-on only. Now, that doesn't mean traveling with very little. It does mean bringing versatile items that you can use in several situations that work well together.
If you'd like more details, we'll link our packing videos in the description below.
Now, this is one of those mistakes that's easy to avoid but can create major problems.
Passport validity requirements, visa requirements, arrival forms, proof of onward travel. Different countries have different rules.
Now, before every international trip, we verify the current regulations directly from official sources.
Don't assume that the rules are the same as they were last year or even 6 months ago.
And many travelers create detailed itineraries with activities scheduled morning, noon, and night.
Now, on paper, that sounds great, but flights get delayed, weather changes, and sometimes you discover that the thing you planned on doing on a particular day is closed that day. On my first trip to Europe, I made this mistake myself. When my girlfriend and I got to Rome, we got up early and raced around the city. By 10 a.m., we had already seen the Spanish Steps, Trevi Fountain, the Colosseum, Piazza Navona, and the Vatican Courtyard. At the time, I thought we were being efficient. Looking back, we were so busy checking things off a list that we weren't really experiencing Rome.
Now, we like having a plan, but we also like to leave room for flexibility. Some of our favorite travel experiences happen because we planned for that spontaneity.
A good itinerary provides direction. It shouldn't feel like a military operation.
And this is especially important for travelers over 50.
Many destinations involve far more walking than people expect. Historic districts, museums, train stations, airports. It adds up quickly.
And before we travel, we intentionally increase our walking. And while we're traveling, we pace ourselves.
You don't get extra points for being exhausted on day 3.
A little preparation can make the entire trip more enjoyable. Now, tourist areas are convenient, but they're not always where you'll find the best food or the best value.
One of our favorite travel activities is finding local restaurants that residents actually enjoy.
And sometimes that does mean walking a few extra blocks, and sometimes it's really helpful to ask a local for a recommendation.
But it often leads to our finding meals that are both better and less expensive than restaurants located right next to major tourist attractions.
Now, this mistake can become surprisingly expensive.
Many travelers exchange currency at airports, or they accept unfavorable exchange rates offered by hotels or currency conversion counters.
Now, here's the thing that costs unsuspecting travelers big time, often hundreds on any particular trip and thousands on multiple trips. It's what's known as dynamic currency conversion. That's what happens when a payment terminal asks if you'd like to be charged in US dollars instead of the local currency, and US dollars is selected.
It sounds convenient, but if you don't pay in the local currency, it generally comes with a high currency conversion fee.
And whenever possible, we pay in the local currency and use credit cards that don't themselves charge a foreign transaction fee.
Now, this happens a lot in Europe. The fees can vary widely, and some merchants will even tap on the US dollar button and not even tell you they're doing that. This can cost you at least 3 to 4% more, and we've heard stories of it being as much as 10% in some places. Imagine what that can do to your travel budget.
Now, if you choose to pay in US dollars, your credit card bill usually won't tell you that you got a bad exchange rate or even an added fee on top of that bad exchange rate. You'll just see the US dollar charge and never know what it should have been.
This can happen even to experienced travelers. We've had a major hotel and a taxi check off US dollars before handing us the credit card machine. So now we're always on our guard. We won't give them or tap our credit card unless we verify we're paying in local currency.
Bottom line, we recommend you should always use a credit card that does not charge foreign transaction fees and always pay in the local currency. This alone can save you hundreds of dollars on just one trip.
On a longer international trip, making the right choices can save a meaningful amount of money.
So those are 7 international travel mistakes we see over and over again.
Trying to see too much, overpacking, not understanding entry requirements, planning every minute, underestimating the walking, eating only in tourist areas, and exchanging money the wrong way.
Now, none of these mistakes will necessarily completely ruin a trip, but avoiding them can make your travels more comfortable, less stressful, and often much less expensive.
Which of these mistakes have you made? Or is there another travel mistake you've made and you'd like to add to the list? Please let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching. And if you've learned something from this video, please like it, and please subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips.
And remember, better living starts now.
See you next time.